第二部分呢，我们就来接着讲一下第3和第5题。那么这2道题啊，都是跟校园生活息息相关的。我们先来看一下第26套题的第3题。那么我们也是啊，先阅读一段材料，抓住一些啊重要的信息点。那么这些信息点啊，都由我划线或者变颜色来给大家显示出来了。At present, students are required to meet with their academic advisors before the beginning of every semester. The advisors help students select courses and advise them on graduation requirements. However, I don't see the point of required meetings since the necessary information about the courses is already available on the student's website, which all students have access to. In addition, eliminating meetings with advisors would ease the difficulty that students often have in finding a time to schedule a meeting when both they and their advisors are free. 这是一个 proposal. proposal 里面说出一个情景，然后他想达到什么样的事情，然后给出的原因，大家都一定要抓住这样一些信息点。同样的，我们要先 summarize the proposal， 然后呢，我们要给出他的 opinion。再其次呢 give his reasons。 那么这是咱们要做到的3个部分的内容。有一些题呢 summarize 这一项是没有出现的，大家就可做可不做了，但大部分题啊都会让你先 summarize 一下。那么知道题目的要求以后啊，我们先一起来听一下听力。
Now listen to 2 students discussing the letter.
Did you see this letter?
Yeah, why?
Well, I don't agree. It's definitely not the same thing to just go on the university's website.
You don't think so?
No. I mean, sure, the basic information is there, but that's not all advisors help you with. Sometimes there are different ways you can meet a requirement for graduation, like different classes you can take. And if you talk to someone, they can help you figure it out.
And you can't get that from just reading what's on the website.
Right. Advisors have a lot of extra information, so they make it easier for you to see what your choices are.
I see what you mean.
And as for scheduling meetings, I've never had that kind of trouble.
Me neither.
So anyone who does have problems must be waiting till the last minute to set something up.
That's possible.
I mean, the thing is, if you call or go to the office early enough to set up an appointment, schedules are open. It's just if you wait till the last possible day, it'd be harder, because they already have lots of students scheduled then.
好的，听力过后呢，我们第一部分先进行一个 summary. It is proposed that the advisors meeting is no longer required because students can get the necessary information about the courses on the university's website, and it would ease the difficulties. The man holds the opinion that the advisors meeting is necessary. 那么就给出这个人的一个观点，这个过渡句大家一定要有。He states that students can figure out more information with advisors' help. Sometimes students cannot just get everything on the website, and advisor suggestion would make it easier for them to see their choices. Meanwhile, 那么同时 scheduling meetings are not necessary due to seldom of the students have that kind of trouble, and it is hard to set up an appointment because there are often a lot of students. 我们给出的原因，然后这3部分就非常完整了。我们接着来看27题的第3题。The university will begin switching from traditional bound textbooks to electronic textbooks early next year. 同样的，我们拿到材料以后啊，先问自己3个问题。第一个是 who， 第二个是 what， 第3个是 why。我们问完这3个问题啊，咱们就有针对性的去找一下。首先第一个 who， the university 出来了。What do they want to do? They want to switch from traditional bound textbooks to electronic textbooks. 2个问题就解决了，在第一个里面。那么 why reasons will be given in the following text. University students will be able to download the content of their required textbooks to a reading device and read the material directly from the device screen. Well, the cost of this device is around $200. It is a one-time expense. 一次花$200就可以了。Considering the rising cost of textbooks, students will save money. 那么这是第一个 reasons, right? In the long run, since purchasing electronic books for their classes is much less expensive than buying regular textbooks. Furthermore, the university believes the device will be an effective study aid. 第二个 reason 出来了。Because it is simple to operate and offers features such as highlighting of text and note-taking. 我们知道这3个信息以后呀，我们一起来审一下题。同样的，另外一个人呢对这个做法给出了他的观点。我们首先呢需要 summarize， 然后其次呢 opinion， 再其次呢 reasons， 这是咱们要做的3个部分的作答。那么知道题目的要求以后呀，我们也一起来先听一下听力。
Now listen to 2 students discussing the article.
Oh no, did you see this?
Yeah? Why? You don't like the idea?
Not at all.
How come?
Well, the cost for one thing, they're just not being realistic.
Even compared to the price of textbooks?
Well, sure, textbooks aren't cheap, but do you think people are only going to use one device the whole time they're at university? What happens if yours breaks? You have to buy a new one. Or they come out with some fancy new features. Wouldn't you want to get a new one then?
Yeah, I see what you mean. A lot of people would probably want to replace theirs with the latest version.
Right. Maybe even every year, and that can add up.
True. But don't you agree it'll make studying and preparing for classes a lot easier?
I don't think everybody's going to think it's so great.
What do you mean?
Well, it's only helpful if it's easy to use, and, well, this thing is pretty small. It's only about 18 or 20 centimeters tall.
Oh, really? So that means the screen's pretty small.
Right. And I heard that the keypad or control buttons, they're small too. So if you have normal-sized fingers, it's not so easy to select an item or get it to function right. You know, to do stuff like highlighting or underlining.
I hadn't thought of that.
So what good are all those fancy features if it's hard to use them? Besides, I like the old-fashioned way of studying the material, writing notes on the page and underlining or highlighting important sections of the book. I'm more comfortable with that.
好的，听力过后呢，我们第一个部分先进行 summary. The university is planning on switching all paper books to e-books, 也就是 electronic books. Firstly, they think that it helps students save money. Secondly, the electronic device they use is an effective study aid since it's easy to operate and offers lots of features. In the conversation, the woman doesn't seem to like the idea. 那么可以说 she doesn't agree with the idea, or she doesn't seem to like the idea. 哪一种呢，都能体现出咱们的不同的特色和水平。Firstly, 那么第一条她给出的原因 she thinks that although textbooks are not cheap, the electronic device won't save money either. This is because if the device breaks down, students would want to buy a new one. 就一点儿都不省钱了。Secondly, the device is pretty small with the little keypad and control button, so it's actually not easy to use. 其实用起来也不方便。Plus, the woman prefers old-fashioned way of study, such as highlighting or underlining on a paper book. 其实咱们个人而言我也是这么觉得的。就读纸质的书总比读电子书要舒服一点，特别是你能感受那本书的触感。买回一本新书的那种快乐的感觉远比买回一个本 e-book download 然后在手机或者 iPad 上看要好一些。那么接着呢，我们来看一下第5题。那么第5题通常是一个人遇到了什么问题，然后这个问题他很难解决，然后别人会给他提2个 solutions， 然后他需要从这2个 solution各有利弊里面选一个最好的，就需要你来建议了。你需要给出你的建议以后再提出你的原因。那么知道题目的要求以后我们先一起来听一下听力。
Listen to a conversation between 2 students.
Hey, Steve, I hear you started a band.
Yeah, I play guitar, and some friends and I got together to start making music. We've been practicing a couple months, and I think we're ready to have a concert.
Great. Are you going to have the show soon?
Yeah, hopefully sometime in the next couple weeks. We're all pretty busy, but I think we can squeeze in a show before summer starts and everyone goes away.
Cool. Where's it going to be?
We want to do it in the campus auditorium. We play rock and roll. It's kind of loud, so it'd sound great in there. Problem is, the auditorium's already booked for the next few weekends.
So what are you going to do?
Well, there are no weekends left before summer, but there is an opening next Wednesday night. We could do the show then.
That could be good. I mean, concerts are usually on weekends, but it'd be something fun for people to do in the middle of the week.
Yeah, that's true. It's just that, well, there'd probably be a smaller audience on a Wednesday, which might be kind of disappointing.
Well, yeah.
But there is one other option. We're friends with the people in another band. They're going to be performing in the auditorium next Saturday, and they actually said they'd be willing to let us perform with them.
Wow, that's really nice of them.
Yeah. We'd play for a little while, and then they'd play the rest of the night, as scheduled.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Only catch is, we wouldn't have much time to perform, so we wouldn't be able to do all the songs we've been preparing.
好的，听力过后呢，首先我们回答第一个问题 What is the problem? The man is going to play guitar with his friends and start making music. After several months practicing, they will have a concert. However, the problem is that the auditorium is already booked for the next few weekends, and there are no weekends left before summer. Thus, there are two solutions. 所以咱们要做的第一件事啊，就是总结出 the problem。然后啊，一个过渡句，然后就到了 two solutions。那么后来呢，就是咱们的建议了，对不对？那么这一部分呀，就先交代了这个 the problem。那么后面呢，就是 two solutions。One is that they need to do the show next Wednesday night. The other one is they are going to perform with their friends next Saturday. The only catch is they won't have enough time to play all the songs. 那么这个地方啊，就给出了 two solutions。那么下一步呢，就是你的 proposal 了。你个人的建议是什么？ I think the man should share his show with his friends for several reasons. 这是一个非常好的习惯。哎，我们不止一条，我们有很多条呢。Firstly, the man and his band could learn a lot from performing with his friends because it's his band's debut. 那么第一次上台 and he might be inexperienced to handle everything of details well. On top of that, 大家可以记住这样一个用法。那么除了 first, second, 还可以说这样一些用法。Any weekend concert will always be the most welcome one on campus. Since most of the students only relax themselves and go to enjoy some live entertainment shows on weekends, not during weekdays. So I strongly recommend the man's band join his friend's band and perform together. 那么最终啊，大家有时间啊就进行总结，如果没有时间啊，没有这个总结也是可以的，其实这是不强求的。然后接着来看下一套题的第5题，那么同样的呀，还是有一个问题在，然后2个 solutions. What's your proposal and what are your reasons? 那么一步一步的进行作答。那么知道题目的要求啊和咱们答题的思路以后啊，咱们先一起来听一下听力。
Listen to a conversation between two English professors.
Hi, Nancy. Is something the matter?
Oh, I just realized I've got a scheduling conflict tomorrow.
What is it?
Well, the poetry class I'm teaching meets at 4 o'clock. My students have a test next week, so tomorrow's class is the review session. It's important.
Okay.
The other thing is my cousin's retirement party. But I just realized it also starts at 4 o'clock. I hadn't realized it was starting at the exact same time as my class.
Oh, no. Well, I'm free tomorrow at 4. If you want, I could cover your class for you, lead the review session.
Really? What a generous offer.
I wouldn't mind. I mean, I haven't taught poetry in a few years. I'm a little rusty.
Well, I have some materials prepared, and you could certainly use them. So it might be tough, but you could do it.
I'd try anyway.
Well, my other option is to go to the class, do the review session myself, and arrive late to the retirement party.
So you could prepare your students for the test yourself.
I could, and I know it'd be good for my students. It's just that I'd miss a lot of the party. My cousin and some others are giving speeches, and I think they'll be really interesting. It'd be a shame to miss it.
好的，听力过后呢，我们知道第一步啊 ，What is the problem? The woman's problem is that there is a time conflict between her poetry class she needs to teach and her cousin's retirement party. One possible solution is that she could ask the male professor to cover the class for her. The other solution is that she could teach the poetry class herself and arrive late at the party. 这第一部分呀，首先 the problem, right? 第二部分啊就是 solution。下一部分呢就到你们的 suggestion 了。I personally suggest her to choose the second solution. This is because her cousin's retirement party is a once-in-a-lifetime thing. 那么只有这么一次了 and she wouldn't have another chance to attend it if she missed this one. As for the poetry class, although the male professor hasn't been teaching poetry for years, he could probably handle the class with his teaching experience and the materials provided by the woman. Therefore, 那么稍微总结一下 I'd suggest her to go for the second solution. 那么以上呢就是咱们第二部分的全部内容，非常感谢大家跟着我一起学习了这么多。